It's 2019 and I'll tell you, we've had a very fiery start to the year. As you can see, there's fires raging on the mountain over there. It's still smoldering. We had a massive fire over here in Pringle Bay. It started in Betty's Bay, and with a southeasterly wind it just brought it straight over. As you can see, the whole section over here is all burnt. All this was beautiful and green. It's all burnt. Really is bad. So yeah, all this shit over here burnt. And apparently the fire was started by a flare on New Year's Eve. Firefighters have been working literally around the clock the last couple of days. They managed to get the fire under control, I think it was yesterday morning. I mean, all the stuff burnt over here. And traffic had to be sort of, you know, the main route which I'm traveling on now had to be blocked off. There's really so much damage and destruction. 3 houses burnt down in total, and unfortunately there was one death. That was a very well-known resident in Pringle Bay, in the town. I knew her and I knew the family well, so she will be missed, and it's really unfortunate and very sad that something like that has happened. There was also 3 injuries, 2 adults, and apparently an infant was also treated for smoke inhalation. Just an all-round bad situation. She's also burnt over there too. Get past morning. And for the most part the fire is now under control, but it's burning up top of the mountain over there, but on the far side. All this burnt over here. The fire's origin was in a small township over there, and that's where the person shot off a flare. But that person has now been placed under arrest, and but yeah, you know, I'm glad that the person has been placed under arrest, but unfortunately it's not really any consolation because of the damage and destruction and the loss of life and the injuries, not to mention the firefighters that have to constantly endure very, very difficult and tedious conditions. It's just not such a great start to the new year. I just hope that the rest of the year is just going to be a lot better. As you can see on top there, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but you can see it's smoldering on top of the mountain over there, on that peak. At least the wind has now sort of gone to lie down and it's not so bad. So yeah, that's the story. At the end of my vlog I'm going to be putting up pictures. Oh, look, the helicopter's still here. Actually both of them are still here. There's the other one in the background. Yeah, the guys are still on standby though, in case the wind changes and the fire comes down and starts threatening the houses. But you can see that the fire came here just behind everybody's houses over here, in that dark patch. Really bad. Anyway, I said at the end of this vlog I'll be putting up video clips and photos that will show you exactly what really happened at that time. Everybody had to evacuate in Pringle Bay at about 2 o'clock in the morning, when the fire really got at its worst because of the intense winds. And I had to evacuate from my home as well, and it was pretty intense. But it's just I'm just glad it's over. It's not completely over, but yeah, it's under control and people can resume their lives like sort of more or less on a normal basis. Let's just fill up here with some juice. Traveling on my way to Gordons Bay now, you can actually just see from up top there the fire's at the back of the mountain, and of course the wind is blowing the smoke down. You can just see across the ocean. This fire's still going, man. I can just smell it. Ciao. Pretty hectic. Obviously the guy's on standby in case it comes over. Pretty hectic. Sure. What a change to the scenery. Oh, yeah, you gotta be careful of these boys. Happy 2019, fellas. They look super chilled out today though. Sitting and chilling. One looks like he's like fast asleep there in the side of the road. Of course, this is from a different perspective, coming back from Gordons Bay, on my way back to Royal Pringle Bay area. You can just see the massive amount of smoke coming from the mountains that, yeah, you can just about see the other side of the mountain there. We're starting to get into heavy smoke area here, coming from over the mountains there. But visibility on the ocean is like, on this side you can't see it really, just about. It's a bit clearer now. Once again, looking at things from a bit of a different perspective. Coming back now. You can see it's still smoldering up against the mountain there, behind the other mountains. You can see the burnt area over here. I managed to control it up to this point, so luckily it never went over to Royals. Really is terrible. I've actually got a video of where I was parked just down the road here, looking at the flames and the smoke traveling across the road. There was a house that was destroyed there amongst the trees. You know how long it takes for this vegetation to grow back? It takes a long time. Really it does. Nature does find a way, funny enough, but it takes a long time. And all this beautiful greenery is just gone. It's on your way to Royals, halfway between Pringle Bay and Royals. Bushes alight by the waterworks. Then up against the mountain there's a patch that's busy burning there, and then a flare up. The fire's obviously just jumped across the road, as you can see over there. Basically that's what Pringle Bay looks like. All the bushes along the mountain. Yeah, there was massive flames now across the road, halfway to Pringle Bay and Royals. And now this vantage point is from Casper Road, looking out towards Royals. We go all across to where the farms are. All the way to Betty's Bay. And as you can see, the smoke is still from behind the mountain. It's now just started to come over the mountain at the end of Caesar Road.